everyone. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Jolene. That's me, stand-up comedian and Big Brother super fan here to break down, roast, and recap all the things going on for BB27. We take a comedic look. We have a good time. I'm very opinionated, but that doesn't mean you can't have your own opinion. Shout out to you guys. Please smash that like. Let's set a like goal for 1,000. You guys have been killing it with the likes, so please hit that like, subscribe as we're on our way to 50K. Thank you so much to my new subscribers, my subscribers who have been with me. Appreciate you guys so much. If you want to support the channel further, you can always send a super chat while we're live here on YouTube, or you can consider joining my YouTube membership or my Patreon, whatever works best for you. Or you can hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Shout out to Aaron and Ariel who hit me up on Venmo recently. All the links for everything are in the description of this video, but also I'm sure one of my mods wouldn't mind dropping it. Okay. So we're going to be talking all about the spoilers. So if you don't like spoilers, you're in the wrong place. All right. And the POV competition and everything going on in the house. So grab a beverage. Hopefully you're wearing something very, very comfy because we have a lot to get into today. Please sound off in the live chat all your thoughts, hopes, dreams, and opinions.
What's POV?
What is POV, Candy? What really is that crazy POV? All right, I have some notes. I have some memory. We have some things. So first, let me pull up my little chart here for the BB27 house and what's currently the status of who's on the block, who's HOH, who won the POV. And then we will talk about what has been going on these feeds. All right, so here we go. We have on the block, well, we have our HOH is Lauren. On the block, we have Keanu, Will, and Kelly. They did the power veto competition yesterday. I believe it was like the laser competition where they have to like go under lasers and stuff. I'm sure it has a mystery theme as well since we are in the Hotel Mystère. And Keanu won. The power of veto. Yay.
It's inappropriate.
Okay. Yeah. It's to some, it might be inappropriate. But Keanu won the power veto. Obviously, he plans to take himself off the block. Okay. However, before we even got there, we know from the day before's update, was it the day before? That Lauren has been struggling being HOH. We have a season of people who don't want to make moves. And when they're HOH, they act like they are a victim of their own HOH. And like the great Jerry O'Connell said, H of H is very important.
You know, it was really fun to see him win H of H, and sort of get his, to hear he's in it.
To hear he's in it, okay? And shout out to Ramona Ortiz. Thank you for being a member for 11 months and for finally catching a live. So good to see you. And Christina coming in with the first super chat of the live. Christina, so I'm turning 60 tomorrow. Can I be besties with Nan? Of course you can, Christina. And I don't believe you're turning 60. I think you're lying to me. There's no way. So happy birthday, Christina, on your 39th birthday. That's amazing. Yes, the H of H was super fan Jerry O'Connell, who I think is the mastermind. I think he is behind the mask and all of that. And we'll see at the end of the season. And Jerry will go, it's me all along. Jerry O'Connell, the super fan who loves the H of H. Okay?
There is no fair or unfair in the Big Brother house. First of all, let's just say that.
There's no fair or unfair in the Big Brother house. Let's just say that. So Lauren's struggling with her HOH because we have a lot of house guests who are victims of their own HOH. Also, we have house guests who are victims of their own volunteering to go on the block. And that would be our dear Kelly.
Huh?
She, despite volunteering time after time, if you're looking for a nominee and you can't find one, Kelly will volunteer and then she will act like a victim the whole week. She will also tell the house, many people in the house, that she is instigating fights and things within the house. And then when she's asked if she's instigating, she's like, Why would you say that? I can't believe people think I'm instigating. What?
Wait a minute. Wait, what?
So Lauren has really been struggling. It was a struggle for her to first come up with her nominees. Okay. It seems like she wants to please some majority of the house more than she actually wants to use her HOH to her benefit and do what you should do when you're HOH, which is target people who don't work for your game, target people you don't work with, target people who are threats to you. Instead, she has put up Kelly, who she loves Kelly. She loves SK Kelly. Oh my God, South Dakota serial killer Kelly. Lauren loves her. All right. And then Keanu, well, nobody really likes Keanu. No offense, all offense, but that's just the truth. He's a house target, but does it benefit Lauren to put him up? I don't know. And then Will, who is in Kelly's, or who is in Lauren's only named alliance, The Bond. And I'm like, Lauren, it doesn't have to be like this. You don't have to put up your allies in week 3. I know that seems like a novel idea that you would put up people you're not aligned with, but here we are. So just to get those nominations was something else. And then we go into the POV competition, which we talked about. And I believe Will picked Ashley to play when he got Houseguest choice. And somehow Vince was picked. Maybe Keanu got Houseguest choice and picked Vince. So Vince played as well. Now Vince is playing all the sides. Him and his little Gangs of New York, Daniel Day-Lewis mustache is essentially playing with everybody. And so really, what is his side? And also, what is a side in this season of BB27? They think there are 2 sides of the house, and maybe we're coming to a point where there will be 2 sides of the house. But as of now, it's just a mess. It is, nobody knows how to play. Nobody knows what they're doing. Some people have like a little glimmer of hope, and then they'll do something where you're like, oh, never mind. Okay. But there are some players that are doing okay. But for the most part, everyone is a mess. Everyone is trying to recreate something they've seen, if they've seen Big Brother. A lot of people want to be the new Tucker, Zach, Kelly. It's annoying. Okay. And then you have Riley, who is just Rileying. I don't know why this man is here. I don't know why anyone cast this man. And I saw someone tweet, whoever cast Riley should never be able to cast another show in their life because he doesn't want to play. All he wants to do is chase after Katherine and be like, go, Katherine, you're beautiful. So old Floribama Shore Riley, I don't really get the point of him. And then he gets upset. And I don't know why he's upset, because no one's even talking about putting him up, except for maybe Morgan at times, because she's like, clearly this guy is not. He's supposed to be in like an alliance with us, and he's like not doing anything. He doesn't want to win, but he doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to throw it. He doesn't want to try. He doesn't want to do anything but play pool, swear, and talk about trying to bang Katherine. So, yeah, put your tomatoes in the chat for Riley. Boo, tomato, 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 tomato. And with this alleged baby he may or may not be having or have, I think chasing ladies should maybe be his last priority, and getting that Cash Money Millionaire should be what he's focused on. Like, go on Love Island, okay? Ben says, yeah, he's coming to the level of Carol's Comedy Corner from BB Can. Was that BB Can 8? BB Can 9? BB Can 7 was the Peanut Butter and Jelly Boys. BB Can 8, I think, Carol's Comedy Corner, who was like, just send me home. We're like, oh, Carol. Yeah, he's also threatened to cut someone's head off. Of course, he's called people bitches. And if he wins HOH, which he doesn't seem to want to, he said, I believe he would target Ashley, Morgan, and Mickey. And I think A lot of us aren't surprised. We're like, what do those three women have in common? Well, they're women. There's definitely more there. Could Floribama Shore be... We won't say it yet. We won't say it yet. Okay. So I don't know what he's doing. And he's like mad. And then for some reason, the house guests are like, we can't put Riley up. Why not? Why not? He probably stinks. No offense, all offense. You look like you stank. I guarantee he doesn't floss. So I would just get him the out. Get out right now. It's the end of you and me. It's too late. And I can't wait for Riley to be gone because he is so gross. Stack says, I keep hoping Riley pisses off Katherine and she asked Lauren to put him up. Me too. But Katherine, despite being the feminist killjoy or self-proclaimed, she loves the patriarchy.
The patriarchy!
She probably thinks, well, I mean, he's into me. So whatever. So Lauren spent before her entire HOH basically like, what do I do? She talked a lot to Vince, which has put the radar, set off the alarms with like Rachel going, oh, wait, okay, seriously, Vince is all over the place. He's running this HOH. Like, why are they so close and bonded? And Vince and Zach and other Lauren HOH victim apologists have been going around the house being like, this is really hard for Lauren. This is really hard for her. Oh, really? Because I thought it would be hard for, I don't know, Kelly, Keanu, Will, people who are on the block or people who are afraid now to be the renom. Because Lauren is in the best position in the house. So for her to continually cry about being in the best position in the house and having the opportunity to end someone's game and be safe, it's pretty annoying.
This is bullshit.
It's bullshit, okay? Right? We need a Rachel H of H at this point. Save us, Rachel. Save us. Save us. So she is just, all the things, all the sad about it. Hey, David, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. David said 3 months, but also last summer. Yeah, David, you're always with us. Okay. So, once, the POV competition happened, Keanu wins. It's now who will be the renom. Okay. Kelly had a talk with Vince, and Kelly says, prior to the POV competition, a lot of people are talking like, what happens? Like, what ifs, scenarios, if you will. Kelly says if Ashley, who was picked by Will, takes Will off, that's perfect. Because she says that would be a perfect scenario. Kelly says if Ashley takes Will off the block, that's a perfect excuse to put her back up. And then Vince says, no, Kelly, if she wins, she's safe too. And Kelly goes, oh, never mind. So even the most basic pull out the Big Brother handbook, because even the most basic Big Brother, terms, things in the game, Kelly and some others don't understand. Kelly thought, oh yeah, Ashley wins the POV. She takes Will off, then we'll put her ass up. It's like, no, if you win the POV, you're safe. And if you're not on the block, you can take someone else off the block while being safe. Oh God, smash that like, you guys. It's painful. I'm telling you, watching these feeds this season, I don't need a cast who knows exactly what they're doing, but I need a cast who's not trying to just be Tucker or not play at all or just be so damn clueless. You need a couple people. 2 sides of the house at this point would be refreshing because I don't even know what we have. Keanu and Rachel spoke again, always trying to get on the same page, but Keanu, he can't trust a woman. Oh my God, these women are the reason his game is, is like sinking socially, why people are saying things about him. It's obviously the women.
The patriarchy.
Couldn't be men. Couldn't be Vince, who definitely is talking mad shit on Keanu. Couldn't be any of these dudes who hate him too. It's gotta be the women.
Patriarchy!
Because they're so evil. So despite Rachel continuously trying to give this dude some kind of like, bro, come on. Because Rachel, she feels a little on an island right now. I mean, being the only one in the house that actually knows how to play the game. I feel like they did Rachel so dirty, sending her back this season by herself with these people. Some people might think it's what she deserves, maybe. Like you got to come back and you got to play with people who are just awful and mostly who don't know who you are and don't know anything about the game. But I feel like since Tucker's talked about so much, or anyone else, like send maybe like a couple people back. But I fear that if Tucker would have come back this season, maybe with Rachel, it could have been interesting. However, these people, it would have been a Paul BB19 situation because these people pray to the altar of Tucker. So it might have been worse for Rachel if that would have happened. But I don't know. This right? William, I'm with you. William says, I think the button boy picked this cast. I do too. Because the button boy is way too generous hitting that button. And I'm like, let us watch. All right? You don't need to protect us from what? Protect them from what? They know they're being filmed. And you already put up that disclosure thing. Where is it? I think I have a screenshot of it here. That is now on all of, that just pops up on the live feeds. This program is rated TVMA for mature audiences. Ooh, viewer discretion is advised. Whatever the house guests may do or say does not represent the views of CBS, Paramount Global, Endemol, Shine, North America, or the producers of the series. And we're like, we don't really care. Okay, I have my own little viewer discretion.
Warning. This video contains super awesome content not suitable for people who don't enjoy super awesomeness. Viewer discretion advised.
Viewer discretion advised. If you don't like super awesomeness, then you might not like it here. But Button Boy is just working overtime. It's probably another person who doesn't know anything about the show and is just like, I'm going to put in a new camera. They had the cameras on Riley trying to flirt with Katherine and teach her how to play pool. Like I give a
It's a good
fudge.
time to be medicated.
Okay? I don't want to see that shit. All right? I don't give a fuck. And they had it on there for a long time. Who wants to watch Big Brother and watch people teach other people how to play pool because they're trying to bang them? Yuck. I already watched Love Island this season. Okay? I'm done with that. All right. So Keanu and Rachel have this talk, and they talk about the week one vote again. And Amy's vote, Keanu's still lying about his vote for Amy. And now he's blaming it on Riley, which, okay, I like that better than when he was, going after Will. Rachel's like, that was like 10 years ago. I don't even care. It doesn't matter. Rachel's telling Keanu that the whole house is against him. She's warning him like, hello, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. So get up, get up, get up. And he's going to have to win veto every week. Like this is going to be such a hard way for you to play this game. You're going to have to Cameron this. You're going to have to, I love / hate the guys who think, I'll just comp beast my way through it. Well, it doesn't work. That doesn't work for everyone. And that's a much harder way to go about it. You got to have a little bit of self-awareness and a little bit of social game. And you can't just blame the women. Okay, you got to try to work with some of the women. And maybe Rachel, who's telling you the truth. And he's finally coming to like, well, maybe she is telling me the truth. Then it's probably Morgan and Mickey who are sinking my game, who are working against me. Of course, because it has to be two other women. Well, if it's not them, then it's Kelly. Definitely Kelly. Serial killer Kelly. All right. Never mentioning Vince, never mentioning Zach, never mentioning any of the men. Riley hates his guts. All right. But again, it's just the women because we know the patriarchy. Right. So Rachel's like, the whole house talks shit about you. And I don't even like how much shit they're talking about you. Keanu says Morgan and Mickey are pitting them all against each other. Rachel says it's not Morgan and Mickey. Sir, I'm going to need you to put your your big boy ears on. I need you to listen. Okay? I'm going to need you to believe women. You don't got to believe hashtag believe all women. Hashtag at least believe some. Just some. How about 2? How about 1? How about Rachel? Just pick Rachel. There you go. Morgan is talking to Mickey and telling Mickey that part of the reason she wants Lauren out is so that Lauren and Zach thing doesn't affect or distract her game. And then the feeds switch.
It's inappropriate.
Now, Morgan is coming to the realization, so she says, that Zach is not into her. And Zach is, in fact, into Lauren. Zach is so into Lauren. He's going around the house saying, she was meant for me and I was meant for her. Like he's like a Jewel song. He's basically disregarding that Lauren is a fan of the show, that she might have wanted to be cast and was cast because, I don't know, something about her. He says, Lauren was cast for me. She's a perfect type because, you know, they were just, I mean, they do cast for showmances, but the fact that this guy is walking around going, it was for me. She's mine. Oh, God. But Morgan is starting to realize that, okay, I guess, you know, it's okay. He doesn't like me. And she got a little emo about it. Okay. She says, this is so silly because it's just a crush, but Zach is someone in the real world I would go for. Oh my God. Who cares, bro? Who cares? Him and Lauren are going to be great for each other. And I'm so happy for them. And I'm like, girl, I don't believe you. This is some bullshit. I don't even know if she likes him. Rachel told her, I don't even know if she likes him because we don't either. We don't know what Lauren likes. All we know about Lauren is she likes to talk really slowly. She's indecisive and she wishes she was an HOH. Okay. So Morgan says, but I know he doesn't like me. And that's all that matters. And I'm like, oh God, this is just getting so many levels of cringe for our dear gamer girl. I feared this. Remember when we did the preseason cast assessment when I was roasting it up and I really feared that this was going to get in the way of Morgan's game? And I think it has, because she's just so emo about this, you know? And as much as she's like, I get it. I know what's going on. It's okay. I'll be fine. He's just not meant for me. He's meant for the 22-year-old Britney Spears type from Louisiana who's so innocent, as we all keep saying, and sweet and wholesome. And I'm 30 plus. I'm a gamer girl. Hashtag gamer girl. And I couldn't possibly be innocent or sweet. I have opinions and eyebrows and, you know, sometimes hair under my armpits. I'm not wholesome enough. I get it. And I'm like, okay, can we move on now? Can we move on? Thanks, Morgan. I love you, girl. But like, what? I don't get what's so great about Zach. I'll be honest. I'm going to put it out there. I don't get it. Okay, he's got nice teeth. I guess you could say he's cute, but like, okay. He's just wearing a baby blue bandana everywhere and simping for Lauren. I don't know how that brings the lady boners to the yard, but here we are. That would make me go, like that would sink my lady boner for sure. Okay. That would sew my baby door shut if this was the case. But she's, as much as she's like, I know it's true. Girl, you know it's true. I think if he ever changes his mind, I think she'd be onto it. I think she'd be into it and onto it. You know, yeah, it's just like, okay, cool. Can we, yeah. He's boring. He's vanilla. He's always talking shit about Angela. I'm like, oh, you're talking shit about one of the most entertaining people on Big Brother, on New School Big Brother. Angela and Tucker arguably made that season like so entertaining. And yet you like how Tucker did it, but you didn't like everything that Angela brought.
This is Big Brother.
Okay, well, now I'm provoked.
Nothing
No,
to
no,
you.
no.
You wanted to provoke
She's doing it
me?
to herself for
I'm
what?
provoked.
And especially when he's boring. He's boring. And he wanted to play a Tucker game, but you're boring. You're boring, sir. Your dental floss, you're boring. All right? Give some of your floss to Riley and just shut up. I'm provoked, Kat. Right? Don't worry. Angela's going to be coming on here talking to me very soon. I'll be reaching out to her later today. Hopefully we can get her next week or this coming week or maybe the week after. So expect an Angela Jolene collab coming up very soon. Very soon. Okay? Where I'm going to ask her all the things. Free Angela. Like, why is this woman on these men's minds so much? Like, he wants to avenge Crazy Eyes. Crazy Eyes he's good. I mean, I don't know how good he is because he's still crybabying about it. What is it with these dudes couldn't last a minute in old school Big Brother. When Rachel tells her story about BB12 and BB13 and about like being told other house guests saying she has herpes, being slut shamed, like the way old school Big Brother people talked about each other. And these people are like, I was bullied because someone said I wasn't a good HOH. And I'm like, what? You couldn't last a minute in the old Big Brother world that raised Rachel. You would be screwed. And the fact that Rachel has been open and vulnerable with this cast, saying this is like the first cast that kind of likes me and that I can be myself kind of in, and I feel more comfortable. And because her previous seasons were difficult for her socially. And then Keanu goes and takes that information only to throw it back in her face when they had that conversation, like, what, a week ago now, where she's like, what do you remember about my season? And he's like, I remember when Hayden said you couldn't string a sentence together without using like. I remember that one guy, the gay guy on the weight bench, was like, the only thing real about you are the pimples on your face. Like, he was naming all the things. I remember how everyone said you were a slut. And then she walked away and he's like, what? What did I do? What?
I feel so lost right now.
He's like, I feel so lost right now. And it's like, that shit was purposeful. Like, Rachel had just opened up to this cast about her prior experiences on Big Brother and how it was hard for her. Like, she's like, I didn't cry about it. I didn't complain too much. I mean, she did cry in a couple bushes, here and there on the season. But, she went to work and did the business, and then he goes and throws it right back in her face. Oh, I can't, Otter. These kids are just, everyone's been bullied. The fact that Vince, one of the oldest guys in the house with a twirly mustache, unemployed, living with his parents, juggling, drinking Coors banquet beers, and wearing beanies in July, thinks he was bullied. No, sir, you do not know what bullied is. Like I told my husband, he should be bullied, but he's not being bullied because we live in 2025 and we're much more sensitive to that, which is good and bad because there are some people who could benefit from a little bit of bullying. I kid, sarcasm, satire, maybe a little bit of roasting, not bullying per se, but also you're a 34-year-old man. Who the frick is going to bully you? Okay.
Okay. I mean, it's not that complicated. I have tried to tell you everything I've heard.
Rachel,
I'm trying to work with you. You're my personal trainer. I like you. I'm trying to keep you in here for selfish reasons because I need to get in shape.
Right. It's just Big Brother. Jim says, yeah, and shopping at Erewhon, I think it is, which is the most expensive grocery store in the country. Well, you don't have a job, sir. That is, oh my God. That's such an LA answer and response. He was like, yeah, go to Erewhon. And I'm like, oh my God. It is. Like, there's a lot of victim mentality in the house. Brittany says, Vince is attractive. Let me be real. You be real, Brittany. You let us know. Vince is a catch. He's a catch. Naomi says, why would she ask if obviously those moments would be the most memorable? I don't know. I feel like she did set herself up a little bit, but after opening up to the house, it did seem deliberate then that Keanu would answer that way, you know? He's like, oh, what? What? I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't. Huh? What? Yeah, $22 smoothies. Get a job, Vince. I got 2. You can't get 1? Like, seriously. And a girlfriend who probably is paying for a lot of stuff, okay? Okay. Shout out to Vince's girlfriend. We love you, girl. Godspeed. Now's a great time to, just go. Or stay together. We love, 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 love. Okay. Moving on. So, Keanu won the POV. Lauren told Vince she doesn't trust Morgan, Mickey, Rachel, Jimmy, but she does trust Vince, Riley, Katherine, Kelly. And she said Keanu is in between. I mean, it's her game. I can't help her. Keanu said to Vince, I think Kelly has the numbers against Ashley or Will. Vince said, if Kelly doesn't pull herself off, I think she goes home against anybody. And it might be my paranoid brain. Keanu says, Kelly for sure has 5. We need 2 more. And then Vince says, maybe not. I don't know. I'm sorry. I think so. Keanu and Vince were on very different pages yesterday with this. And there are a lot of people who would vote out Kelly. So I think Keanu being like, no, Kelly's like the best, when Keanu knows Kelly's not the best. But believing that, Kelly has the votes just shows how not plugged in Keanu is with the whole house.
I was going to say, like, the only person that's more likable around here than me is you.
Arguably the 2 least likable people in the house, Riley and Kelly, in my opinion. Again, these are just my opinions. You guys can have your own opinions and shout them out in the chat or the comment section. Let's see. Keanu said that once he won, he was like, I told you guys, if you keep putting me up, I'm going to keep winning and pulling myself off. I said that at Jimmy's veto meeting. Y'all remember? And he's like, did I not? And Vince is like, you did. You did. You could not bite your tongue. And Lauren says, I'm very glad you won. And in fact, Lauren was not very glad he won. I don't think anyone was very glad that he won. Vince talking to Jimmy, they were talking about, now it's post veto competition, asking, which way, because Vince at this point has been up in the HOH like it's his damn HOH. Talking up there, counting out votes. And this is the way Lauren loves it. She loves having Vince up there. Keanu's been up there. And now Vince is talking to Jimmy and saying, are you indifferent either way? And Jimmy says, I want Kelly to go home. She's spreading seeds around this house. She is irritating as hell. If I were in this situation, I'd be picking somebody who can beat her in the blockbuster. I'm sorry, Jimmy, when you were in this situation, you had a horrible HOH. Okay. And you ultimately sent Amy home, someone who would be aligned with you. So I don't know if Jimmy Jam is one to talk, but here we are. And then later in the day, he has a talk with Kelly. And Kelly, again, is doing her victim tour about how Rachel said nobody likes me. Oh, God, it's not true. And Jimmy says, I like you. I love you. You're just Kelly enough for me. You're the most Kelly's piece of Kelly that ever Kelly'd. I love how Kelly you are. No one out Kelly's the Kelly. And I'm like, oh, my God, Jimmy. Way to fake the funk, but you hate her, sir. Jimmy talks to Lauren, and they're talking about putting up Ashley. They're talking to Ashley, Adrian are now options to be the renom. So Jimmy to Lauren says, if Ashley goes home, it's not really a big deal for many people. If Ashley stays, she's gunning for you because of that. I don't think somebody like Adrian would. He told Mickey he wouldn't. Maybe that means something. Now, Lauren has much more soft feelings towards Adrian. Adrian stayed up late one night. Apparently, he's going to bed early every night. But when he feared that he could be put up on the block, he stayed up, did the work, little social gaming with Lauren. And so she feels better about him. She doesn't feel that great about Ashley, but she's afraid to put up Ashley because she believes that Ashley is going to have a crash out. And I don't know why. Maybe she just, I mean, I thought crash out is like you crash out, like you freak out. All Ashley's done when she was put up by Vince is like cry and be like, I'm going to win the veto. So I don't know if that counts as a crash out, but she is worried about an Ashley renom and her crashing out on her. Because again, Lauren is like, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want anyone to be mad at me. Please don't be mad at me. And I'm like, oh, geez, Louise. Oh my God. Oh, Lordy. So she's now counting to Vince who the people are that she absolutely trusts and who are the people that she doesn't. And logically, why would I get out the people who I trust and are going to have my back just to appease the house? Yes, Lauren. Yes, that is 100%. Okay. Even if I don't like personally.
It's a good time to be medicated.
I didn't mean to hit that. Sorry, guys. Who you are going to
the guardians of the
be,
watchtowers.
okay, I didn't mean to hit that. Who you are going to be putting up on the block. I still think you need to be putting up someone that isn't working for your game. Okay. And not appeasing the house. So yes, good. Go with the BB gods and do what you need to do, what you think is best for your game. And don't try to appease the house, because for what? For what? Now they've just, it's just been back to back. Well, this person's already been nominated, so I'm going to nominate him again. Just have the same people going up and Kelly nominated or volunteering and then playing victim. Lauren said that she was so pissed off. What are we going to do? She's like, Keanu won. What are we going to do? And then Vince says, as if we didn't have enough in common. My target week 1 wins veto and your target week 3 wins veto. And I'm just like, okay. Yay, you have so much in common. Lauren said she talked to Riley. And Vince says, how'd you feel about Riley? Are you guys close? And Lauren says, He said, I am done with this bullshit. And Vince says, he has been getting fed up. Lauren says, he is fed up. Again, why is Riley fed up? He hasn't had to do shit. No one's putting him up. I don't even think is he a have-not? I don't even know if he's been a have-not yet. People are acting like they can't put him up, like he's not even an option. Why are you pissed, sir?
Oh my God.
So they're like, yeah, he's fed up. Fed up with what? Being annoying on the feeds, chasing after Katherine when she doesn't want you. So Lauren's going back and forth between nominating Ashley or Adrian, because apparently she is not allowed to nominate anyone who's already been nominated. Oh my God. Keanu has a talk with Kelly and says, I don't see Rachel or Jimmy as threats. And Kelly's like, I do. Oh my God, Rachel scares me. And she said, I don't have any friends. Oh my God. Lauren said that it's unfortunate that, so this is, so yesterday was just her kind of going back and forth. I think these are notes from today. Going back and forth of how hard this is for her and how sad. She decided last night that she was going to take the night off as the HOH. She said, I don't want to talk game. Ashley wants to obviously talk to her. I mean, people want to talk to the HOH because one of the people on the block, Keanu, won the power veto and is going to take himself off. So they want to game in a game because they're playing a game called Big Brother. And so they want to talk to Lauren about renoms and make sure it's not them. Ashley's hearing things and is worried. Adrian's worried. People are worried. And she's like, I just really need tonight off. I just need to feel normal. I'm sorry, what? Girl, it's Sunday. You've been HOH since Friday. You act like it has been the longest night, day, weeks, months. What are you even talking about? All right? This doesn't make any sense. So Ashley she's pissed because she's like, I can't even talk to this chick. And Rachel's like, this is so stupid. This is not how you play. She's like, we'll have so much time tomorrow to talk. And also it doesn't look good because Lauren's been up in the HOH room with Vince and Keanu and other people clearly talking game for hours upon hours. But for everyone else, she's like, I'm just not right now. People are bringing her food. Zach, she was like laying there and talking to Kelly. She's talking game with Kelly. And Zach's like, Rachel made food. You want some food? I love you. Oh, never mind. Do you want to go out and have drinks? You like vodka Sprites? That's awesome. I like fruity drinks. Huh. Anyways, I love you. You're made for me. You're put here for me. Rachel's making food. We got pasta. We got shrimp scampi. We got cheddar biscuits and wings. You want some of that? And Lauren's like, I'm not hungry. This is just too hard for me. This is really weighing on me. And Kelly's like, I would like something. You can bring me something. And Zach's like, yeah, right, psycho. Like, he's not. So Lauren says, no thanks. And then he comes back with 2 cheddar biscuits. She's like, but I said no. Okay, I may be able to eat one. And Kelly's like, where's my cheddar biscuits? Oh, God, where's mine? South Dakota, we love cheddar biscuits. Apparently, Lauren had never had cheddar biscuits before. Even Rachel was like, have you ever been to Red Lobster? And she's like, no. This is the age gap. These kids haven't even been to a Red Lobster. I thought Red Lobster was going bankrupt in the past year. I could have sworn, but there's still one by me. Red Lobster was a staple for the millennial Gen X with Olive Garden. Has she ever had soup salad breadsticks from Olive Garden? Like, this is how much of a generational divide there is. She's never been to Red Lobster. She's never had cheddar biscuits. She's like, this is good. And Kelly's like, oh, your other one. Nom, 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 nom. And they're like basically force feeding her. And she's just laying there. Let me show you a picture of Lauren throughout the night of her HOH. And I wish this was Lauren acting. I wish she was just like playing this up and we're going to hear in a DR, like, I'm pretending to be all sad and innocent, but really I'm a killer. I would love that. But from her initial noms, it don't look like that. Nominating your own alliance member, Will, and Kelly, who you love, even though she volunteered. You don't have to put her up just because she volunteered. And then Keanu, which is like the easy shield choice right now. So this is her just like, oh my God, this is so hard. I'm going to be moving to New York in the fall and living with my best friend. And I might be doing some modeling. I just don't know if I can do this. Yada, yada. Thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member and joining the Lean team. You just learned about last year, Michelle? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. I think someone said, oh, they have a new CEO and they saved it. Hallelujah. 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 Cheddar biscuits make the world go round. So she's like, oh, and they're all like, you okay? And she's like, it's not today. Ashley had Ashley's in the shower and she's like, hey girl. Here comes Lauren, like, oh, I just came down here briefly. I just kind of want to feel normal. And Ashley's like, oh, so can we talk? Maybe tomorrow. And Ashley's like, pathetic. When she walks out, she's like, what the fuck? These are people's games in their hands. Like, people are worried, Lauren. The fact that Lauren, she will comment and be like, I know that I'm very lucky, but do you really know how lucky you are in this position and how other people really want to stay in this game and they're worried and you won't even talk game with them? Evelyn says Chili's was safe too. Thank God. I like Chili's more than Red Lobster. Chili's is the shit. Okay, as far as a chain restaurant goes, I don't even like the baby back ribs. Baby back ribs. Chili's baby back ribs, barbecue sauce. But they have like everything. Everything's good. Mm-hmm. So Rachel's making food. Rachel's braiding hair. She braided Morgan's hair. Her and Mickey really got in there. Morgan's like, I want some braids. And Lauren's like, how do the braids work? Do you keep them in for like a long time? Morgan goes, yeah, I keep them in. You know, then I can just like do my thing. But like not until Thursday's eviction. Like, that's too long to keep braids in. That'd be nasty. Lauren's like, that's so interesting. I mean, Rachel was getting in there. She was like, really? Rachel is social gaming it. She's like, come here. At one point, she was standing on the couch, you know, doing Morgan's braids with Mickey. And meanwhile, Lauren's upstairs like, I just can't right now. It's so hard, you guys. I can't. It just, sweet Lauren, dear Lauren, I cannot listen because it's my neurodivergent ass is like, today, Junior, like I got faster. Like I'm already like 80 steps ahead. And I'm like, why are we talking so slow? Literally today, her and Katherine in the HOH room. Because again, she didn't talk game to most of the people last night. And she was just, I'm just spent. I'm so exhausted. And it's been a big day because I had cheddar biscuits for the first time. And that's fast. I'm talking in a speedy way compared to how Lauren talks, okay? So Lauren was upstairs this morning on the feeds talking to Katherine. And she decided to take a bath because Jimmy's like, girl, take a bath. Take a bath, girl. Girl, take a bath. Bath, girl. Beyonce and bath. Also, Kelly, I did hear her say she doesn't like Beyonce. I'm like, okay, well, keep that shit to yourself. Who asked? Who cares? Again, for some reason, people who hate Beyonce are always like, have to say it.
It's inappropriate.
I don't go around going, I don't like that Morgan Wallen. I think he sucks balls. You know? I don't just have to tell everybody all the time. I don't really like him. I just don't listen to him. And if you like him, good for you. That's great. I don't need to tell everyone when they bring it up. Oh, Morgan Wallen. Oh, he sucks ass. I hate him. Like, you know? And who hates Beyonce? It's just, it's weird. What did Beyonce do? Honestly, name one thing she did to you, Kelly. Okay. Anyways, so Lauren's upstairs. She's in the bath because Jimmy's like, take a bath, girl, take a bath. You should take a bath, take a bath. She puts on her bikini. She's in the bath, and her and Katherine's conversations with each other are just staring like, yeah, 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 yeah. Just, it's, oh my God. So Lauren says, it's unfortunate that I want to work with the guy side of the house. And you would think I glitched, but it was just like, because coming into the house, I wanted to work with the women. And Katherine goes, yeah. At one point, Katherine's like, well, what are you going to do? You know, Ashley or Adrian? And Lauren is just like, pick up soap, put it in hand. I mean, I don't know. Like, I can't fucking do this. I can't. How am I supposed to? What?
It's inappropriate.
Huh? Lauren says, I don't know. It's really hard because if I put up Adrian, I'm making 2 for sure enemies. But if I put up Ashley, I'm making 5 for sure enemies. So Katherine goes, yeah. And then they just stare at each other. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. Lauren tells Katherine that, you know, Morgan and Mickey were sweating when I won HOH. So, like, if they win HOH next week, they are, like, going to put me on the block anyways? Because if that's the case, then, like, whatever, I'm going on the block. And also, like, with the Ashley thing, I feel like if I do that, I'm making an enemy out of Rachel, which is like really scary. And Katherine says, yeah. Kat suggests, well, maybe you could talk with Rachel beforehand. And then they both go, yeah. 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 Back and forth to each other. Yeah. 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 Lauren also says, it's like, I need to figure out, like, do I start playing the long game and risk the short game? Or do I play the short game and go home sooner? What? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? It's like, do I start playing the long game and risk the short game, or do I play the short game and go home sooner? I'm sorry, what? What? That doesn't even register. I have no idea what's happening. I don't know. Those are words, and they're together, and they're in sentences, and there are periods and things, but I don't comprehend anything she's saying. And again, that could just be my ADHD ass, but I don't get it. I don't know. I don't think I want to get it. Okay. Oh my goodness. Then Lauren and Katherine chat again, just basically saying, yeah. Lauren asked Katherine what she would do in this situation. Katherine stares out in the bathroom while sitting on the floor for what feels like an eternity into the abyss of the Big Brother bath that Lauren sits in her bathing suit in the HOH tub. And Katherine's just like, I mean, I would probably just do Ashley if it was me, but I would have conversations. Yeah. But that's just me. And they both go, yeah. Lauren tells Katherine she feels like people are using the I'm not going to put you up as strategy to not be put up on the block. And, as like a renom or even an initial nom, the old, I'm not going to put you up. And Lauren feels like that's not enough. What? And Katherine says, yeah, like maybe for like 2 weeks, but like down the road, then what happens? Which is so interesting because normally that is actually great. When you're HOH, you can get these promises, these agreements, these deals with people to keep you safe for a period of time so that immediately when you're done being HOH, you're not walking out the door. So that's actually great. It's a great time to build alliances. It's a great time to, try to confirm safety. And normally, no one's offering safety to the HOH for the rest of their life. Like, I will stand by you from now until the end of time. I will have your back inside and outside of this game. I will show up at your house. Like, I don't know what she wants. 2 weeks is a good amount of time in the Big Brother house to be like, if you win in the next 2 weeks, like if I win, if you don't put me up and I win in the next 2 weeks, I will not nominate you and I will not renom you. And they make this agreement. That's actually a good deal. But they're like, that's just not enough. Well, what is enough? What do you want? Like a kidney? A blood transfer? Like what's going on here? So she also says that, she doesn't want to seem like she's aligned with Keanu, but unfortunately for Lauren, she's had a lot of game talks with Keanu, and she's allowed Keanu in the HOH room when other people, she was like, anyone to talk. And for longer periods of time, and with Vince yesterday. And so it definitely looks like you're kind of working with Keanu. So Lauren has just essentially been hiding out in the HOH room and still acting like a victim of her own HOH. Meanwhile, Kelly, like I said, is acting like a victim of her own volunteering to be on the block week after week. So it's a victim off. It's like the Chaitas when the wonderful Alan Cummings says, victims aren't we all? Victims aren't we all? Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. Now, Morgan, let's talk a little bit about Morgan. Morgan had quite a few conversations yesterday, and she had a lot of talks about Keanu because apparently she is really struggling. She's like, your girl is struggling because she knows and she's hearing that Keanu is talking cash money shit about her, doesn't like her, wants to nominate her, Mickey, maybe Rachel, who knows at this point. And so she's like, I'm trying to fake the funk. And it's really difficult. And she had this conversation with Vince, and Vince is like, yeah, he sucks. Vince is not getting blamed at all. Keanu like trusts Vince, which is crazy. But she's like, normally I would give him the what for, tell him what time it is, but I can't. And then I see, she's like, it's hard for me being aligned with you, Vince and Zach, and you guys just go talk to him and he's not talking shit about you, but he's only talking shit about me. And I'm like, oh Lord. Yeah, that would suck. That would suck. So she's like struggling with this and the stuff she's hearing about that. So she has that conversation. And then she also has a conversation later in the night with Zach where they're arguing over the whole Will thing, you know, because Will essentially, you know, Morgan and company are like, Adrian should have been put up. You know, if you're going for people who are already on the block who are a bigger threat, it's Adrian. He's one more thing, or he's like come close to winning things. Like Will, you know, feels like we talked about in the last update, he feels as though he's being targeted because of his age. And partly, yeah, I believe he is. The people in the house that are like over 40 are always screwed because they only give you like one or two other people. And then it's all these young people they can't relate to. And they think they can, but they can't because ultimately the young people just want to be with the young people. And they're like, well, let's just put up the moldy oldie. He can't do anything. And they assume the old people can't do shit. You know, so that's what was great about like someone like Angela last season is that she actually did win some shit and she actually was making moves, you know, and then she was able to pivot and then kind of, you know, make other deals and make people feel as though, you know, keeping her could be like a shield. But a lot of times, most times the older people in the game are targeted ASAP. And for no other reason other than they're freaking old, you know, in Big Brother terms, because he's only 50. He's not old. But Zach is like, well, no, the reason that Will went up is because he didn't go talk to Lauren, my love, who was put in the house for me. And he could have. And Adrian stayed up late. And Morgan's like, yeah, but Adrian never stays up late. So he did that on purpose. And it's like, yes, Adrian was gaming. Okay. And he knew he had to. So it was fake. He's faking the funk. And it's like, well, he's playing the game. And that's what you need to do. So Zach's whole argument is Will dropped the ball. And he should have, you know, went up there and talked to Lauren more. And then Morgan's argument is Will already feels kind of like he already had heard that he was going to be thrown up before he was thrown up on the block again. He just came off the block. He's already feeling like he's just like the 50-year-old guy that they don't even want to play with. You know, they're just going to use as a pawn and he doesn't matter. And to top it off, I don't know if Morgan mentioned this, but I think, could it be that Will felt a little good since he's in an alliance with frickin' Lauren? So yeah, could he have went and confirmed it? Sure. But hearing that your own alliance member is putting you up week 3, you know, he could have before then felt like she's not going to put me up. And then she is. And all it takes is Adrian having one conversation and staying up late one night. Seems a little weird. So they got into a somewhat heated conversation where, again, Zach argues that Will deserve to go up on the block for not having a one-on-one and Lauren before nominations, and that Adrian shouldn't go up as a renom. So let's listen to just a little bit of it.
I don't care. I mean, if you refuse to have a one-on-one with the person that's actually deciding and you're just listening to people playing telephone, that's my point. It was still a rumor, and she straight up told me that she had not decided at that point. And I believe her. I honestly do. Because if somebody is not going to legitimately sit down, and she's like, Zach, I never talked game to him up to that point.
She never talked game with Adrian until he was up her ass the night before.
Okay, but if you think about it this way, he was willing to stay up that late to talk about his game. Will had yet to talk to him.
Though, Zach, the reason why Will did it, he said this last week sitting right here. He knows if he ends up on the block, it's just going to be a repeat like Amy. It was nothing against Lauren. It's the fact that he knows. He knows.
I understand.
That if people who aren't aligned with him he's gonna be on the block.
He had that opportunity to have the one-on-one though. That's my point. Like this
But
was
here's the thing,
before then.
imagine if someone that you weren't fully aligned with was an HOH and you hear your name.
Okay. Yes, and I would be upset, but I would still have that conversation.
Right,
You
but
understand that, right?
No, I know you would, but not everyone is the same. And the thing is like when you're someone who's 50 and you feel targeted because of your age, he literally sat here saying that he knows he has limited time because he's not young enough to hang with everyone.
I get that. I 100% get that.
I understand she's HOH. Should he have maybe said something? Perhaps. But also when you hear your name from other people before you have a chance, and this thing, it could have been already decided as the way it sounds like is, oh, well, Lauren is already going to put you up, so why go up there and,
I see. I get that.
Just
And
devil's
I
advocate.
literally love Will. Like I love him to death, and I want him in this game. But I see that as a game fault on his end.
Perhaps, but don't you see Adrian's as a full-on gameplay?
But like, if we're talking like, we're talking about actual gameplay. Well, that's not the
That's what I'm
question.
asking you, because it might be them two on the block if she decides to put him up there.
But that's not what we're talking about right now. I'm just talking strictly from her perspective. If somebody is refusing to talk to you and through 17 days you haven't had game talk, and the one time you are the one that goes out and talks to him, he's not the one that goes up to HOH and rings
No,
the bell.
I get it, but my thing is he's already on the block. And you don't want to put someone up because he was up your ass the night before to save his
This
ass.
was before
And you
she
want to
made
put up
out.
Ash. No, I'm talking about now. Like that's it. Like
Okay,
cool.
fair.
Will's up there.
Fair.
There's nothing we can do.
Okay.
It is what it is. Like we're already over that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Did I agree with it? No. Did you agree with it? No. So it's cool. She made her decision. Cool.
Okay.
On to the next thing, right? That's my thing. It's like, what is she gonna do now? By the way, I'm not yelling at you.
I know.
Okay. I just want you to think I'm yelling at you. Because I'm not.
My take, first off, we do not know the conversation that she had with Adrian. I have no idea. Okay. And like, in my eyes, if he said something in terms of I'm going to protect you, you're not going up. Like if he played the game to save his own ass off that block, I respect his game for doing that. Okay? Because that is a game move.
I get it.
The thing about it now,
She's in a tough spot.
100%. But
And he put her there.
my question though, for Ashley specifically, and this is why I had a one-on-one with her. If you're not willing to go up there and have a legitimate one-on-one, and I understand she doesn't want to talk game now.
No, Lauren doesn't want to talk game.
Exactly, that's my point.
So now Lauren's like, I don't want to. Then she was like, she didn't want to talk game. So Morgan continues to fight sort of for Will and also for Ashley, because Ashley, Mickey, and Morgan are like that. None of them obviously want to be the Renom, and so Morgan continues to fight for Ashley, which is interesting because Ashley doesn't fully trust Morgan. So there's like this weird tension there at times that I don't think Morgan is aware how much work she's doing for Ashley when Ashley's just like, I don't know. Because people are seeing this Morgan-Zach crush, and Ashley's taking every opportunity to be like, Morgan's being weird about this, right? Like I was making a joke with Zach and I had like something on my boob, but we're like brother sisters. So we do sex jokes. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Brother, sister, do sex, Ashley, girl. I love the messiness. I love it. But what? I think it's clear that not only Morgan has a crush, Ashley's got a little crush on Zach too. Obviously, Zach loves Lauren, whatever. So she was like, and you should have saw Morgan's face. And she's trying to say this to Mickey last night. And Mickey was like, oh, really? Okay. And Mickey already knows. She's already had conversations with Zach herself about Morgan's crush. So Morgan's crush is crushing her game. And I need her to hopefully wake up and just write Zach off, turn on him, flip the house on him. I don't know. She doesn't have that power or that much social play at this point to turn the house. But it would have been great had they done that earlier with all the women. But now the women are like, some of the women are like, I like him. I don't like him. Oh my God. Thank you, artist, for the super chat. Artist says, hello, Jolene. I'm enjoying this season of Big Brother. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. And David, thank you for the super chat. David says, do you have any thoughts on Hulk Hogan passing? Not really. I was surprised because he was only 71 years old, but I think he died of like a heart attack or something. So, David says, meanwhile, Rachel is not on the block. Yeah. And, this would be a time that, if she wanted to make a big move, she could put Rachel up. Now, I don't want her to, just personally, because I like Rachel in the house. But this would be a time that Lauren could put Rachel up. But she's afraid of Rachel. And she said that this is a time she could go after Morgan. She doesn't trust Morgan. Morgan had said, I was never going to go after her. But now hearing what she's heard, who knows? So Zach is just skating by flirting. That's his gameplay. That's his legacy. So Morgan is, really trying to be like push for Adrian, but it looks as though, I mean, today, as you guys are pointing out in the chat, Lauren is starting to have her one-on-ones with people, I think you guys were saying in the chat, which yay. But to me, it looks as though she's going to end up putting Ashley on the block. She is afraid, obviously, she says, of Ashley winning the BB butt blaster and then coming for her, or in her words, crashing out, which, okay. Now, I will say, Will, even though we haven't seen a ton of him on the feeds, as you guys are pointing out, he has some moments that are so funny. I don't want Will to leave. All right. Will was talking to Ashley, Morgan, and Mickey. And Will is trying to make them see, because they're still, like, Mickey especially is very soft on Adrian. You know, she's kind of like, yeah, before she was all like, keep Adrian and stuff. And not seeing that it, for their side, quote unquote, it'd be great to break up the Kelly Adrian, even though Adrian is still trying to tell Kelly, like, you're scaring me. I can't fully trust you. And Kelly's like, what do you mean? Well, because I literally hear you bragging about instigating, and everything someone tells you, you go run and tell other people. And Adrian is like, that's not how I play my game. And Kelly's like, what? What are you talking about? Oh, God, I'm not an instigator, except for when I say I'm an instigator and brag about being an instigator and when I instigate. I think Kelly thinks that's like her mission in the house. And if it is, God bless, but just own it, girl. Maybe don't go around the house telling everyone you instigate. Maybe you could do it on the sly and make it more interesting. I don't know, but no, she's interesting. So this is just Will talking to, so now Morgan, Mickey, and Ashley are terrified of being the renom. And Will's like, bro, I'm on the freaking block for the second time. Like, I'm not afraid of no Keanu. Like, I don't know who the frick to believe and who to trust, because I keep getting put up. So just listen to the audio on this. It was making Will last night. He's laying in bed talking to these women. Then Rachel comes over, and it was cracking my ass up.
I'm the one that's talking to Julie. Yeah. I'm the one that has the potential to go home. At the end of the day, you guys are safe. And more than likely, it's going to happen that way again. They said the same thing with Amy, and she went home. So if you continue for the same people to go up on the block multiple times, eventually, luck is going to run out.
Jordan won her season. She was on the block.
So they're trying to convince him, like, you're so safe. You're so fine. You know, and he's like, no, look what happened to Amy. They can say I'm 250% safe, but you're not safe because I'm on the block. At the end of the day, you guys are safe right now. I'm not safe because I'm on the block again. And they're like, what?
If you continue for the same people to go up on the block multiple times, eventually, luck is going to run out.
Jordan won her season. She was on the block almost every year.
Taylor was on the block.
That was Jordan.
And Taylor.
Taylor was
different
on the block
year.
The first 4 weeks.
25 years younger. That was Taylor. Different year. 25 years younger.
We don't want you on the block.
No, but
I love it. He's like, that was Jordan. Different game, 25 years younger. That was Taylor. Different game, 25 years younger. I'm the old dude. They send us home. They already sent the oldest lady home, Amy. Who do you think is next? And if they keep putting up the same people, eventually my luck's going to run out. So I don't want to be here.
Y'all talk a lot about not getting on the block. I'm on that motherfucker. Right. Twice.
He says, y'all talk a lot about not getting on the block. I'm on that motherfucker twice. And I was like, Will, preach, Will.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to get the way I feel.
People that are here to protect you.
So y'all are protecting me. Other than y'all three, I don't trust another motherfucker in this game.
We have people that trust us, and we're in their ear.
Well, apparently, this shit ain't working because I'm back on the block.
They're like, no, you have people looking out for you. He's like, what? I'm on the block. I trust you three. They're like, we're working for you. Well, he's like, apparently that shit ain't working because I am back on the fucking block. And yes, Will, these are just facts. This is just logic. Of course he's going to feel this way. Like, no. Morgan is freaking out at the idea of being a renom. Will has been on the block now twice. But Morgan, just the idea is like scaring the shit out of her. Imagine being on the block and also being at this like age deficit, for lack of a better term, because he's older, but being, at this social deficit just because of your age. And you're like, fuck this shit. I just watched Amy leave and they told that bitch that she was safe, 250%. Or that she'd be okay. She's not okay. That's so funny.
Well, apparently, this shit ain't working because I'm back on the block.
Yes, we don't have
I like Will. He's like, well, apparently that shit ain't working because I'm back on the block. Like, you're protecting me. How? When? Where? Is the protection in the room? Can I see it? Can I feel it? Does it exist?
Y'all are working hard to keep me off the block. Yes, I get that. But they are also working just as hard to put me back on the block. That's what I'm saying. They are going to put me up before any three of y'all.
No, I'm going up if Keanu wins.
I'm beside your ass.
No, you're not. Keanu.
Like, Morgan's freaking out the idea of a Keanu HOH. Keanu's coming for me. He's gunning for me. He hasn't even been HOH yet. Will has been put up by 2 HOHs. And she's like, I'm going up if it's a Keanu HOH. He's like, and I'm beside your ass. Like, you are worried about something that hasn't even happened and might not happen. I'm worried about what is now, what is facts, what is happening, what is going on, what is the current situation.
You're not.
Please tell me who.
What are you guys doing? Yeah. It's just if Keanu wins,
So then here comes Rachel eating some food.
if Keanu wins next week, us three are on the block.
He said that.
I heard Keanu's gonna put me up.
No, that's what he's gonna say.
I'm not worried about Keanu. Y'all are worried about Keanu.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about him.
You worried about Kelly?
I'm worried about everybody because I've been up in this bitch twice.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm worried about.
He's like, I'm not worried about Keanu. Oh, you're worried about Kelly? No, I'm worried about everybody because I've been up on this bitch twice. And they're going to keep using me. And I feel like the nicer you are about being put on the block, there's a way that you can play it socially. But there's a fine line because if you're too like, it's okay, then they keep using you. Will needs to make them a little afraid to use him in the future as a pawn. He needs to show them, I am a man. Okay, I am a Big Brother player, and don't use me as a pawn just because I'm 50 years old. Don't just think of me as just collateral, like whatever, like an accessory in the house. No, I don't want to be up on the block. I don't want to be a pawn. I want to play the damn game. So Will does need to make it known, like, you put me on the block, I'm gonna have something to say about it, and I'm gonna fight, and I'm not just gonna lay there and be like, it's okay, I believe you. No, because then they'll go, well, Will takes it so well. He takes, because they do it all the time. Well, I think I'll nom her again or him because he took it really well. I would take it so bad they'll never want to nominate me again. Now that would probably get me evicted, but I would almost rather that than just be used as a pawn and someone who's like, well, it doesn't matter, just throw her up. She don't give a shit.
But the thing is like, I understand I don't have any places. I've never been there, but you are aligned with people who have numbers. And I understand you want to be on the block every week. We are trying to get someone out this week. That's why we need Adrian up on the block to split up him and Kelly and get either of them out. Hopefully she loses and we can send her ass home.
That would be great. I'm the one that's talking to you.
He's like, that would be great if you could do that. But right now, I'm on the fucking block. So you guys running around scared about what ifs, hypotheticals, fantasy land. I'm worried about the facts, what's really going down. So gotta love Will, even in times where he is, targeted twice, put on the block, seen as just like a non-factor. The fact the guy is put up by his own fucking alliance member. That's insane. Week 3. Like, what strategy of Big Brother is that? That's horrible. Lauren is no super fan. Okay, Lauren, that is such a shit ass move. He didn't volunteer. Even if my alliance member volunteered, I'd be like, no, we're not doing that. Because then I risk losing pawns go home, 2 of my allies. So right now, Lauren risks losing 2 of her allies. Or she has a chance of losing. She has 2 allies of losing, at losing 1. She has a better chance of losing an ally than she does a non-ally. If that makes sense. I think the math is mathing. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I'm just a comedian. But you got 2 allies on the block, Kelly and Will. You're like, I love Kelly. I love her so much. She's the best. We share cheddar biscuits. Then don't let her volunteer. Say no. Even Will told Kelly, no, I don't know if he meant it. He's like, I'm not letting you volunteer again if I'm HOH. I'm not letting you. Oh my gosh. Yes. 488 in the room, 241 likes. Can we hit 488 likes? Hit that like, you guys. Hit that like. Why is Ashley the most dangerous person to get out? Well, apparently, according to Keanu, because she doesn't fill the freaking Brita machine or the Brita. Now, what did Auntie Jolene say preseason when we looked at Keanu? We said he looks like the type that's going to pull a aqua douche from BB27, how he did to Kemi. I'm forgetting people's names now. Is it Kemi? About her water bottle. And I said, he looks like he's about to regulate the fridge and water. And guess what? He did. Ashley, socially, I think, she doesn't clean up. So they say She water doesn't fill the Brita. And this is a social game, and those factors are in play. You know, you have to be, that can put you on the block. That can get you evicted. That can be annoying to people. But week 3, and we're worried about that. And again, Keanu is, you know, he's just so annoyed. He's so annoyed with her. Meanwhile, Ashley is trying to, you know, not get put up as the renom. But Jimmy and Keanu were making jokes about how Ashley cleaned like one dish the whole time she's been there. Ben says if we hit 275 likes, you're going to block Cody Cauliflower. Okay, that sounds good, Ben. That's the goal. Yes, thank you, Evelyn. 495 here in the room. We got 241 likes. We can do better, guys. Let's get it. Hit that like. Free and easy. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. LR says, I'd like to see Vince, Jimmy, Riley go up as the replacement. Oh, I would love that. Vince is never going to. Jimmy, as much as Lauren does not fully trust Jimmy, she still does not want to put him up. And she loves Riley. So it's like, great. Yay. Yay. London says they want Lauren gone before jury, even before she became HOH. Where is the America's veto? Where is that damn thing? Rachel and Ava did come up with a name for their final 2 called Double the Fun. These alliance names are horrible. But that's their alliance. I don't know. Keanu did win a prize with his POV win, not only the power veto to take himself off the block, but he also won a screening of The Bad Guys 2, which I think is the animated movie I'm going to be taking my niece and nephew to because we saw The Bad Guys 1, and he got to pick people to go with him. And I believe he picked Ava, Rachel, and did he pick one other person? Definitely Ava and Rachel. And Ava was like, oh, yay, I get to be alone with Crazy 1 and Crazy 2, talk about Keanu and Rachel. So as much as I hope the Rachel Ava final 2 is real, I don't know if it is. But we'll see. But yeah, she was like, that's more of a punishment. Adrian did have a talk with Kelly. They had a few talks, and he was going over all the groups he's seen Vince in. So people are really starting to clock that Vince is playing with everybody, which means essentially you can look at it, he's playing with nobody. So going over the groups he's seen Vince in, Kelly says Vince is in a good spot. Adrian says he goes up, he'd be mad and put Lauren, Keanu, and Jimmy up. Okay, Adrian. And that they need to win HOH, and he's tired of seeing Kelly on the block. Well, Adrian, then she has to stop volunteering. And Adrian also, again, talked to her about her instigating, and she's like, what? At one point, he like stood up, and then they cut the feed. So I don't know if he was just like frustrated or what, but there you go. Tiffany, I do love how Ava's playing too. I find her fascinating. And so she was talking, I think, in her bed this morning, and I was about to go live, but I was screen recording it. So hopefully I can put together a little short of that. TT says, can production just give Rachel Pandora's box and we get someone else back? Let's spice it up. Let's make it spicy. Yeah, TT. Michelle says, Jillian said villain haunting Katherine like a Confederate. What? Who's Jillian? I did not see the Smurfs movie. No. Anna says, I swear I can recite the trailer to Bad Guys 2 with how many times I saw Wicked in theaters. Vinny actually using the word we like he's the HOH. Yeah. But the two of them are so indecisive, and Vinny is as well. So, Danny says, how is Ava a good player when she got Will on the block? How did Ava get Will on the block? Ava was definitely not happy with Will being on the block. And Lauren was very worried about how Ava, because she's in the bond with Will and with Lauren. But ultimately she had to be like, I'm not happy about this. I don't want this. But he's not putting me up, and you can't, how is she going to change it? So Oh, Jillian in the chat. Sorry. I was like, who's Jillian? Oh, this Jillian. Hi, Jillian. Chi-Chi's a celebration of food. I remember the Chi-Chi's restaurant. Yes. Rachel needs to win some comps this season. I think she's worried she won't, but I hope she does. Savannah says, I'm sensing a Vince H of H next week, and I don't like it either. I don't like it either. Thank you, Nikki. Nikki Mogo says, love you, Jolene. You always brighten my day. Thank you. You guys brighten my day. Oh, Zingbot has a ton of material. He'll probably drop the ball with the material, but they got a ton of material for Zingbot. Ava gave Lauren the okay she needed to put Willow. Oh, so you're saying she should have pushed back a little more. I think because Ava was so emotional, or because Lauren was so emotional. Ava, yeah, I do agree with you, Danny, that she could have pushed back more. But I think her being so emotional and Ava kind of looking at it from a human standpoint didn't push as hard as she probably could have. So I can see what you're saying there. Stack says Vinny thinks it is his HOH and he brought his kid to work today. Let's bring your kid to work today. Yes. Jillian says, I was asking what's going on with Katherine and our no pay child support cowboy, and someone said he's haunting her like a Confederate ghost. I mean, that's not wrong.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. So most likely, like Eddie's saying, Lauren is going to put Ashley on the block tomorrow, which I don't want Ashley to go. I don't want Will to go. At this point, Kelly can go. Kelly is, I'm really trying to try to figure out how to enjoy the energy Kelly's bringing. But I think it's a little too victim-y for me. She's not owning any villainous. She doesn't think she's the villain. And it's too messy. And she doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't even know how the game works. And she just keeps talking about Tucker, and it's annoying as shit. So as much as I tried with you, Kelly, I'm struggling, girl. I'm struggling, serial killer Kelly. So, oh, Rachel cheating I heard about that. Somehow maybe using a board or a whiteboard maybe to write down stuff. I don't know if anything ever came of it. I don't know. It depends on what the rules were going into that competition, the quiz type competition. I guess we'll see the episode tonight, and I'll be back tonight for a recap of the episode. So, but yeah, I don't think anything came of that. But there's also speculation that the have-nots, two of them, Jimmy and Katherine, may be eating real food, because Katherine's really been struggling as a have-not. And people were like, we heard her crunching. What crunches? Well, I guess crunchy slop if you fried it up. But there was a weird part last night on the feeds. I was watching Katherine and Jimmy eating from the same bowl, which I was like, ew, putting their spoons in there. Yuck. Okay. Way to spread disease. And they were giggling too much, but I could have missed something. But it was lost in translation for me, where I was like, why are they giggling so much? Did they add something that they weren't supposed to their have-not food? So there's been accusations of Rachel possibly writing something down during the HOH competition, and then also possibly Jimmy and Katherine eating non-approved have-not. I might have said HOH, but have-not foods. So yeah, I don't know. But we saw Jerks and Mickey do that in BB21, that watermelon douche. He was eating out of the damn trash. He was eating in the shower, and they didn't do nothing. He ended up winning the game. So at this point, they better not punish Jimmy or Katherine or even Rachel, because in the past they have let so much. They've let people get away with so much. I mean, we literally watched that season and watched Jerkson dig food out of the trash, eat in the shower as a have-not. And he got nothing. I mean, I would hate being a have-not. That would be très difficile for me. All right, you guys. So there you have it. There's our Big Brother Breakdown with Jolene for today, Sunday, July 27th. Live feed, spoilers and such. We have the HOH competition episode tonight. I'll be live after the episode. So make sure you have your notifications on so you're notified when I go live. Smash that like, you guys. Let's hit 1,000 likes. Pretty please. Shout out to all my super chatters today. And member recognition, Ramona, Christina, David, yada, yada. David Cushmore, Artist Fleetwood, and David again. Thank you so much. And shout out to my mods, everyone in the live chat, all my members. You guys are beautiful pumpkin spice babies. And I'll be back later. Don't forget to comment when the video posts. And like I say, remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.